Welcome to the Doug Shoe Bushcraft channel. Hi guys, today I'd like to talk about budget knives for bushcraft or survival, between $10 and $30 and yet high value. I mean, at that price it's really all you ever need. It's a gray day, raining a little bit. It's warmed up, it's above freezing. I think I'll turn off this main trail. There was a cabin at this site many years ago, overlooking the pond. There's an earthen dam here with a cascade. think that was a moose, but it snowed since then. And the old tracks are melted. Got nature's champagne, it's melted snow. That's good. I'm huffing and puffing because I have that bug that everybody's talking about. You know, the one. And I think getting over it, but you don't know, it's something new. And you know, I think I'm on the mend, and then I wake up hacking. Seems like the mornings are still tough, and then after that I do better. Then the next morning it's time to do it all again. I think some hot coffee or tea or something loosens it up. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not speaking as a scientist here, but I'm pretty sure getting out and walking is good. But New Hampshire is basically all hills, right? And going up is tough, but then steep hills, walking down, the braking is tough as well. But you came here for some budget bushcraft knives, so I set up my quick little awning, and let's get into it. So these are the budget knives I'd like to go over today. Each one of them is under $30, but they're not junk. Very good knives in terms of functionality, not the prettiest. And one issue that some people have is the carbon steel. I actually prefer carbon steel. It's easier to sharpen, in my opinion. You can get a very sharp edge. And also with a carbon steel, I can hit it with a piece of flint or quartz or other hard rock, make a spark and start a fire. Not that that's a primary use for the knife, but an emergency, I could use it for that. And in my opinion, the disadvantages of carbon steel has been highly exaggerated. You may have seen this knife in a lot of my videos. It's a Dexter Russell of the old Green River line. And I've carried this basically every day for over a year. And you've seen my videos. I sleep in the snow, walk through the rain, do all kinds of things. And it's not rusted. You be the judge. Has a patina. But you may notice this much of the blade has a lot less patina, this section here, because as I use the knife, carving, etc., I'm most often just using that much of the knife, and it polishes it. So you can see that you might not necessarily need a knife this large, because that mark shows I'm only using that much of the blade. So this very small Mora, I could get by with that. A lot of people call that a neck knife or patch knife or something, utility knife. But it's about the same size as a lot of people's folders that they carry, except for that handle's very comfortable, in my opinion. The cheapest knife of these 5 is the largest. I find that to be ironic. It's old Hickory 7-inch butcher knife, only $10 at a local hardware store. I mean, the prices vary a little bit. It's always cheap for this knife. Came very sharp, I would say. I haven't had it that long. Already I have that patina on it just from mostly cutting food in the kitchen so far. And I think it's the least expensive of the bunch because it doesn't come with a sheath. But there you go, just quickly made mountain man sheath, mountain man style. It's a video of that already posted if you'd like to watch it. And what Ontario Knife Company, they make the old Hickory line. The Ontario Knife Company, notice a lot of bushcrafters been cutting these down. So then they've been offering this one. It came out somewhat recently, I would say. The handle is the same. Just has the cut down blade. It's about $25. And I'd pick one up because it's cheap, and how long will they be offering it? I don't know. Is it going to be available for decades, or is it just a special thing they're doing for a little while? And for the $25 it comes with the sheath that I think is functional. Perfectly good leather sheath in my opinion. Good retention, doesn't have a snap, which I like, so you can just pull it out without any sort of fastener holding it in. It's just the friction that holds it. And gravity as it hangs on your belt. This isn't going to levitate out, right? The only thing about the sheath is made in China, whereas the knife itself made in the USA. That's fine. And then Ontario Knife Company's also making this knife right now. You can get that for just a little bit under $30 if you shop around. And actually, that's their version of the Kephart. They don't call it the Kephart, they call it the fish and small game knife. I heard a representative of the company talking, and they don't bother calling it the Kephart just because they figured everybody familiar with a Kephart style knife would just know what it was. And again, for a little bit under 30 bucks, comes with the sheath. Nice little sheath. And again, leather sheath made in China. Kephart knife made in the USA. And that's a handy little knife. That might be my favorite. And you might notice a difference in the grinds between all these. See, this is flat, and then there's the grind, and it has this interesting grid pattern or whatever stamped in there. I don't know if that's for extra strength or just style, why they did that. And this has a similar thing, but if you notice on mine, I only have this one, I don't have tons of them, but on the hunting knife, the grind goes up higher. So that's nice. And then there's the edge here. But the difference with the Kephart is that the grind starts right at the top and tapers all the way down, and then there's an edge here. So the grind is all the way from the top, all the way from the spine of the knife, which is the same as this Dexter Russell. The grind is all the way down. So they're similar. This has a bigger handle. I mean, the Kephart, Old Hickory Kephart has a larger handle. Blade's a little bit shorter. It's got a spear point instead of the clip point. And they have that little vestigial guard. I guess it helps you feel where the edge of the knife is. If I was doing something very vigorous, trying to poke a hole in something or whatever, I'm not sure that guard is really going to prevent my finger from going down. I mean, if it was a large guard, that would be different, like a lot of the military knives or whatever. But this is a fish and small game knife, they're calling it. So it just has that little bit of a bump. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because it doesn't get in the way as much, but it's not really as functional as a guard, but there is some safety with it. Of course, if I didn't like it, I could grind it off, but you know, it's just easier to buy a knife, I would say. But I like that. I think that might be my favorite. I've been carrying this for almost every day for a year. Might be a change to this, so then I can do a more in-depth review. And this one I've had for many years, never failed me. It's a stick tang, and there's a stick that goes maybe 3/4 of the way in, I think, but it hasn't failed me yet. So all these, inexpensive. Buy one, you don't like the style as much, buy a different one. Buy them all. Test them out. You're not in for that much. See what style you like the best. Obviously this is going to be better for a chopper, and this will be better for fine tasks. These are kind of in the middle, you know, so I would probably, if I had just one knife, it would probably be one of these three, because they're the happy medium. Not too awkward for small tasks, but still kind of robust. But this is so light, and I made a little sheath for it years ago. Those are water spots on it. This wasn't meant to be fancy, or wasn't meant for a video. I just had this bowling bag, leather bowling bag, that I pulled out of the trash on the sidewalk in front of my buddy's house, and so hey, there's some leather I could salvage, so I made that sheath really quick out of a bowling bag, so that can go on your belt or you can put a string or a cord, be a neck knife. And it's so light even with the sheath. That was in my pocket. I might even forget about it, right? So why just have one knife? Why not? I mean, I'm not going to bring all these, right? But I could have a larger knife and then this. Why not? It's a backup. I mean, none of these are probably ever going to break, but if it did. Cheers. Happy New Year to you. It's a good day. Okay guys, that's it for now. If you like this video, you want to watch some more, already on the channel is an in-depth review of the Green River knife. And there's a video I made about a sheath for the old Hickory butcher knife. How to make a sheath really quickly. It's an old style, I call it the mountain man style, the sheath. And I plan in-depth reviews of the rest of the knives you saw today. So if you like this video, how about a thumbs up if you really liked it? If not, gonna be the thumbs down. And I know that YouTube kind of took it away as far as a public display, the thumbs down, but I can still see it. So, and there's people that do that. So you don't want me to feel bad, do you? I mean, if you liked it, how about some thumbs up? And could even subscribe. It would be great. We could spend some more time together. But in any case, that's it for now, and I'll see you soon. Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusts thee. Isaiah 26:3. So I'm doing my best with the equipment I have. That's a certified rag, keeping the camera from flooding out. These guys, Wealpe, I think I pronounce it, they were nice enough to send me one of these. Told them I'd test it out. It seems to adjust better than my other chest rig. So there's that. Thank you guys. Oh man, it's about time for my annual all-over bath. Guess we'll have to wait till spring then.